The millionaire stood frozen as a billion-dollar business deal slipped away right in front of his eyes. The only translator who understood every detail of the international negotiation had collapsed with a sudden medical emergency just minutes before the final meeting. Executives from 6 different countries waited inside the conference room, their patience fading with every passing second. Reporters filled the lobby, investors watched every move, and one misunderstanding could destroy years of hard work. While everyone searched desperately for a solution, no one noticed the exhausted delivery girl quietly standing near the entrance, holding a stack of food packages. Within the next hour, she would change not only the fate of a millionaire's company but also the direction of her own life forever. If you believe that kindness and second chances can completely change someone's life, please take a moment to like this video, leave a comment, share it with your friends, and subscribe to **** spread kindness *** for more emotional and inspiring stories that remind us hope can appear when we least expect it. Daniel Brooks had built one of the fastest growing technology companies in the country. At only 43 years old, he had everything people dreamed about: luxury homes, expensive cars, private jets, and recognition from business magazines around the world. Yet behind the success was a man carrying invisible scars. Daniel had grown up in poverty after losing both parents before reaching adulthood. Every achievement had come from endless nights of work and countless sacrifices. He trusted very few people because experience had taught him that many admired wealth more than character. On that important morning, his company was preparing to sign an international partnership that could provide thousands of new jobs and transform communities. Representatives from Japan, France, Germany, Spain, Brazil, and South Korea had arrived, each speaking mostly in their native language. Daniel relied completely on his trusted translator, but fate had chosen a different path. Outside the building, 23-year-old Emily Carter hurried through heavy traffic on her bicycle, balancing insulated food bags on her back. She worked as a delivery girl during the day and cleaned offices at night, barely earning enough to pay rent for the tiny apartment she shared with her younger brother. Few people knew that Emily had once dreamed of becoming a professional interpreter. Her late mother had been a language teacher who believed that every language opened a new window into another person's heart. Before illness took her away, she had spent years teaching Emily English, French, Spanish, German, Korean, and Japanese. After losing her mother, Emily had been forced to abandon university to support her little brother. Her talent remained hidden behind delivery uniforms and long working hours. When Emily entered Daniel's headquarters with a lunch order, she immediately sensed unusual tension. Employees rushed through the hallways with worried expressions. Security guards whispered into radios while executives argued near the conference room. As she waited for someone to accept the delivery, fragments of conversations reached her ears. The translator was gone. The meeting could not continue. Millions of dollars were at risk. Most people would have quietly walked away, believing the situation had nothing to do with them. Emily almost did exactly that. But then she remembered something her mother used to say whenever fear became stronger than courage. She always believed that the greatest opportunities often disguised themselves as impossible moments. Gathering every bit of confidence she had left, Emily politely mentioned that she spoke several languages. The employees looked at her worn-out shoes, faded uniform, and delivery bag. Their expressions revealed immediate doubt. How could a delivery girl possibly understand complex international negotiations? Daniel overheard the conversation while leaving another unsuccessful phone call. Exhaustion covered his face. He had already contacted every translation agency in the city, but nobody could arrive in time. Looking at Emily, he saw not confidence but desperation reflected in her tired eyes. Still, with no better option remaining, he decided to take a chance. Inside the conference room, silence filled the air. The foreign delegates exchanged uncertain glances. Emily introduced herself with calm respect, greeting each representative in their native language with flawless pronunciation. The atmosphere changed instantly. Surprise replaced skepticism. Faces that had appeared frustrated only moments earlier suddenly relaxed. The delegates smiled, impressed not only by her fluency but also by her deep understanding of cultural expressions and business etiquette. She carefully translated every technical detail, every financial concern, and every emotional nuance that ordinary translation software could never capture. For the next 3 hours, Emily became the invisible bridge connecting 6 different cultures. She understood that successful communication required much more than replacing one word with another. She recognized humor, respect, hesitation, and hidden meaning. Whenever confusion appeared, she gently clarified intentions before misunderstandings could grow. Daniel watched in amazement as negotiations that had seemed completely broken slowly transformed into genuine cooperation. The meeting ended with handshakes, smiles, and signed agreements. What had begun as the worst day in Daniel's business career unexpectedly became one of its greatest victories. International investors praised the professionalism shown despite overwhelming difficulties. News spread quickly throughout the building about the mysterious delivery girl who had rescued the company. After everyone left, Daniel found Emily quietly collecting her empty delivery bags. She had never asked for recognition or reward. She simply believed she had done what any decent person should do when someone needed help. That humility touched Daniel more deeply than the successful contract itself. Curious about her story, Daniel invited her to share a simple meal in the company cafeteria. As they talked, he learned about her childhood, her mother's dream, the university education she had sacrificed, and the endless hours she worked just to keep her younger brother in school. She never complained about life. Instead, she expressed gratitude for every opportunity, no matter how small. Daniel realized that while many highly educated professionals constantly demanded more, this young woman had quietly carried extraordinary abilities without expecting the world to notice. Over the following weeks, Daniel offered Emily a temporary position assisting with international communications. She accepted nervously, determined to prove that her performance had not been luck. Every assignment confirmed what everyone soon recognized. Emily possessed not only remarkable language skills but also rare emotional intelligence. She treated every client with genuine respect, remembered personal details, and solved conflicts with patience rather than pride. Customers who had once been difficult became loyal partners simply because they felt understood. Emily's presence gradually transformed the company culture. Employees became more willing to help one another instead of competing for personal success. Daniel himself changed as well. Watching Emily reminded him of the values he had almost forgotten during years of chasing financial achievements. Success, he realized, meant little if kindness disappeared along the journey. Months later, Daniel established an educational foundation in memory of Emily's mother. The organization provided scholarships for hardworking students who had been forced to abandon their education because of financial hardship. Emily insisted that the scholarships remain anonymous so recipients would never feel embarrassed accepting help. Hundreds of young people eventually returned to school because of that decision, carrying hope into futures that once seemed impossible. One rainy afternoon, Emily visited her mother's favorite park after finishing work. Sitting quietly beneath the old trees where they had once practiced foreign languages together, she looked toward the gray sky with grateful tears. Her mother had always believed that knowledge was never wasted, even when life seemed unfair. Years of sacrifice, exhaustion, and unnoticed effort had finally found their purpose. The languages she learned not for wealth but for love had opened a door she never imagined possible. ***, before we reach the end, tell us in the comments, what hidden talent or act of kindness do you believe deserves more recognition in today's world? Your story may inspire someone who desperately needs hope. ***. Daniel often reflected on the day everything nearly collapsed. He had searched for expensive solutions while overlooking the extraordinary person standing quietly in the hallway. That experience taught him never to judge people by uniforms, appearances, or job titles. Greatness often hides beneath ordinary circumstances, waiting only for someone willing to believe. If this story touched your heart, please support this video by liking, commenting, sharing it with someone who needs encouragement, and subscribing to ***, spread kindness ***. Every interaction helps these inspiring stories reach more people who still believe compassion, humility, and second chances can change lives. Sometimes the greatest miracle is not finding the perfect translator. Sometimes it is discovering that the person the world overlooked carries the very gift capable of changing countless lives. Kindness recognizes potential where others see ordinary faces, and when compassion meets opportunity, even the quietest delivery girl can become the unforgettable hero of a millionaire's most desperate day.